All right, so the last 24 hours have been extremely eventful for the crypto market. We've seen quite a bit of good news in terms of whale accounts, inflows onto exchanges, new reports from Bank of America, but we've also seen quite a bit of bad news. $200 million hack, a lot of fear in the market. So we got a lot to talk about, and if you enjoy this sort of content, I'd appreciate it if you like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're going to try to keep this one a little quick. So starting off with Bitcoin whales. Right now, there's a new Bitcoin whale that has accumulated over $3 billion worth of Bitcoin in the last month. No one knows what Bitcoin whale account this is. This is an extremely unusual situation because it is a brand new account that has gone from having $0 in it 30 days ago to over $3 billion. And currently, it is the third largest Bitcoin whale account out there. You could see in the month of July, they purchased $345 million of Bitcoin on July 19th. They bought an additional 45,000 Bitcoin on July 20th. And on July 21st, they bought 71,000, almost 72,000 more Bitcoin. No one knows who is this account. Is it an institution? Is it an individual? No one knows who this is, but all we know is that in the month of July, there is a brand new account, whether it's a person or a company, that purchased $3 billion worth of Bitcoin in the span of 3 days. So we'll see if new information comes out about this account, but either way, right now they have over 131,000 Bitcoin, and I'll keep you updated as to what is going on with this, if we know who it is, if they buy more, because this could be a pretty big institution, and even if it's not, it still is impactful for the market because $3 billion buying pressure for Bitcoin in 3 days is definitely going to positively impact the market. Next thing going on is that we're seeing that there's a major hack in the crypto space for a company called Nomad. They posted on their Twitter on August 1st that they're aware of an incident that happened on the Nomad token bridge. They said they're investigating it, and according to further research, it was a $200 million hack. This $200 million hack was basically all the funds they had on the bridge. And this is a big deal because over the last few months, we've seen quite a bit of fear in the market. We've seen bankruptcies, we've seen hacks, and this is one of the bigger ones. So they said that there's an ongoing investigation and leading firms for blockchain intelligence and forensics have been retained. They also go on to say that their goal is to identify the accounts involved and trace and recover the funds. It's going to be very difficult for them to recover the funds, as we have seen in the past when these sorts of things happen, but seeing that we were just starting to have a little bit of positive momentum for crypto, seeing that things were looking like they were finally turning around, now that there is a $200 million hack that is going to take a little bit away from the steam we were seeing and the upward momentum, because whenever we see something like this happen, it makes people question where they're storing their funds, if they should be in the crypto market. And ultimately, I don't think this is going to have long-term impacts, but if you did have any funds locked up in this token bridge, we'll have to see what happens. Next thing I want to talk about is going to be with what's going on with institutions. So, new report came out from CoinShares, their weekly report, and this was one of the best reports we have seen in months. So, according to their weekly report, last week we saw over $81 million pour into digital asset investment products. This is the most we had seen in a couple of weeks. And the interesting thing about this is not just the weekly inflows, but when we look at the month-to-date flows, there was $474 million of inflows in the month of July versus about the same amount, $481 million of outflows in the month of June. So we saw a complete reversal from June to July. June saw almost $500 million of outflows. July saw almost $500 million of inflows. And that is a great sign that the bottom of the market happened during that period of time. So right around $17,000 per coin, because these are the big institutions, the big players. And when we're seeing big institutions start getting involved, well, that is always a good sign for the market. And seeing that complete reversal from huge outflows to huge inflows, that is a very bullish sign that the bottom of the market is in. And even if we see a consolidation, that now we can finally start to see upward momentum in the market. And last thing I want to talk about is going to be from Bank of America, because Bank of America came out with a new report for July, and it had much of the same information as that inflows and outflows report. So we're not going to go over that aspect of it, but Bank of America basically says they're extremely bullish on crypto right now, and that their market is starting to gain momentum. They talk about inflows and outflows, but the more important thing, in my opinion, is they talk about stablecoins in this report. They talked about how the top 4 stablecoins by market cap, so USDT, USDC, BUSD, and DAI, have experienced 3 consecutive weeks of net inflows, basically meaning that more people are buying these stablecoins than selling them. And that is a great sign, because if someone's holding stablecoins in their wallet, that means that they're probably intending to use that to buy crypto at some point in time. They're probably just waiting for what they think is the best opportunity to get in. So that is a extremely bullish sign. Yesterday's video, we talked about how there was over $140 million worth of stable coins, and if you added up the total market caps of these, and we talked about how that was a very bullish thing for the market, because people don't just hold stable coins if they don't want to buy crypto. You hold a stablecoin with the intention to buy crypto. So seeing that we're seeing consistent inflows for stablecoins is extremely bullish. And right now, despite what happened with this $200 million hack, there's a lot to be excited about with crypto. Over the coming days, I'm going to say keep an eye out. And this week, keep an eye out on that 200-week moving average, because right now we did cross back above it. It's right around 22,700, but we need to maintain that 200-week moving average for the end of this week to prevent any further downside. So that's what's going on in the market. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. See ya.